You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Greetings and welcome to episode 125 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey everybody, it's Sean right back at you here with another exciting episode. It's episode 125, and I thought what we would do for this special occasion is do another episode on minimalism. But I'm not going to do that because nobody cares, and it's Halloween. This is coming out October 31st, 2019. We're going to do a Halloween special. And to top it all off, it's not another solo episode. We've got, who do we have?
The spooky Rubino Heat.
My brother, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Awesome. So it's a Halloween special.
It is a Halloween special.
We've been meaning to record this episode for quite a while.
Yeah.
And we thought, you know what? Let's do it for Halloween.
Yeah, why not?
What are we talking about today?
Well, it really relates to the topics of your podcast.
Okay.
The Soul Forge.
Mm-hmm.
Dating and relationships and all of that fun stuff. But today, we're going to discuss ghosting.
Because it's Halloween related.
Because it's Halloween related.
And we're clever like that.
And we are very clever like that.
Yes, we are. How are we going to start this thing?
Well, let's start off by discussing what is ghosting. And some examples, I guess. Okay,
that's a good way to start. So I guess it also relates a little bit to online dating.
Online dating as well, because if you are on online and doing the dating things there and the dating apps, you have no doubt run into a ghost or been ghosted yourself, or maybe you are the ghost.
Yes, that's quite a possibility.
And this could be a very eye-opening episode for you if you partake in being a ghost.
That's right. And we were just looking up some memes and stuff and different discussions about ghosting. Most of the memes say that, you know what, getting ghosted hurts. So don't be a ghost.
Don't be a ghost.
Because the other person is left wondering what they did wrong.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So ghosting is the act of just breaking off all communication with somebody that you've been talking to.
Poof.
Gone.
Gone.
Like a ghost.
Like a ghost.
Watch me go.
Into the night.
Yeah.
And you're left haunted with chills.
Hence ghosting.
Hence ghosting.
Yeah. So whoever came up with that term was pretty clever.
Yeah, they were.
Let's go and talk about a little bit of your experiences, maybe mine too, with online dating.
Oh, I've had a lot of doozies.
Have you?
Yes. And a lot of them, actually. This not necessarily ghosting, but I will include them here. And I have screenshots that I have posted on my social media over the years.
Yes, you have.
Where somebody will message me on a dating app. And generally, they're, a bunch of drug addicts or whatever, or not the greatest type of people that you would want to keep company with, but they will often proposition me to help them pay their rent and things of that nature.
Right, yes. Offering services in exchange for your money.
It's right.
Okay.
And obviously I don't
partake
in that, but I will have a conversation with them and try to drop as many pop culture references as I can within the conversation, but they don't get them. They don't understand. And there was one time
at band camp
where I asked the girl in question to refer to me as Lord Farquhar. And she wanted me to bring her cocaine.
Oh, nice.
Or Coke. And I said, I don't do Coke. I stick to Pepsi.
Nice.
things like that.
Yeah.
So I've had some interesting online experiences, but you're asking, have I been ghosted? Oh, hell yeah, brother. I have been.
You?
Me.
You.
Me. Of all people.
With all your charm
With all
and
my
wit.
charm and wit and personality and...
Yes, you do have a boatload of personality.
A boatload.
And people ghost you.
And people ghost me.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it's not butter, but it happens.
It does happen.
It does happen.
Okay.
It's happened actually quite a bit since I've moved here to Timmins.
Yes, it has.
Yes, it has.
I've been part of the story.
You've been privy to
yes.
What's going on, yes.
Yes, and amused.
It is amusing in a way, but at the same time, it is really frustrating.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about online dating.
Okay.
Okay, so the only app I've ever used for online dating is the Plenty of Fish.
The Plenty of Fish.
Okay, where you can do yourself a profile, put up some pictures, say what you're looking for, do a chemistry test of some kind to see what person you are like, and all this. And
all that BS.
All the BS. What you're looking for, whatever. And then you can either put a picture up or not.
That's right.
Okay, and you can message each other.
Yep. And it's free.
And it's free.
Which is nice.
And you can search, but you can pay for an upgraded version.
You could.
But there's no point. You don't have to.
You don't have to.
And there's other ones like Match.com and eHarmony and Christian Mingle and Elite Singles and all that.
Don't forget about Tinder.
Yeah, okay, this is where I need your expertise.
Okay.
Because you're 10 years younger than me. You're connected to the weird stuff.
Connected to the weird stuff.
Well, you know what I mean, because you grew up with the online stuff, and I came into it later.
That's right.
Tell me about all the other weird stuff and all the other weird apps that there are.
It seems like almost every day that there's a new one that pops up. I don't get involved with a lot of them. I'm on the Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish. And
I've done the Plenty of Fish for a long time. Tinder, I've done the Tinder.
Swipe right if you like the person?
Yeah, swipe right for a wife, as they say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that one, and there's a bunch of other different ones that you have access to or know about.
Yes.
Tell me about those.
What's the one where they? I think it's called Bumble.
Okay.
And you set up a profile. It's kind of like Tinder, but the women have to message you first. Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard about them. I've seen them on the marketplace, on the apps. I don't spend very much time on all that, obviously, but I don't know. There's a whole bunch, and they're all generally the same thing.
They are just different names.
Just different names,
but they all work the same.
They all work the same.
You have a free message feature.
Yeah.
Where you can talk to people whose picture that you might like.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you've been a little bit more in depth and you've read their profile and you're like, oh.
If they've, decided to fill out their profile.
That person also likes pina coladas and getting caught in the rain.
That's right.
And so do I. So I should message them and have a conversation.
That's right.
Okay.
Maybe you'll find yourselves making love in the dune of a cave.
You never know.
You never know.
That does sound scary and yet fantastic at the same time.
Thrilling.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Exhilarating, even.
Oh, good word.
Yeah, thank you.
Look at you go.
The buzzword of the day.
Exhilarating.
Yeah.
Can you use that 10 times in a sentence?
10 times? Probably not.
Probably wouldn't be a good idea.
It wouldn't be. It'd be a little overkill.
And our listeners wouldn't care.
No, they wouldn't.
Okay, so all the apps, and you've tried a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And your success rate?
We'll say a 30% success rate.
Hey, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so let's go through a typical conversation that you would have with somebody. You're getting to know them.
Yeah, these are bad examples because it's just, you know what? I try to strike up a conversation usually with humor and wit. Mm-hmm. Try to relate something off the profile that I've read if they've filled it out.
Yeah.
And I've read a lot where women will like to they complain that most men will message them and just send them, pictures of their junk or...
The dreaded dick pic.
Yes, the dreaded dick pic.
And we're not talking about Dick Grayson.
Or Richard Nixon.
Either one of those guys. So...
I am not a crook.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, there's obviously some of the BS that comes with the whole online dating thing, obviously. And you have to weed them out. You do. And... I never start off by sending anything that's filthy like that. I usually try to open with a fun little joke to show my sense of humor.
Right, save the sexy time stuff for later.
Exactly.
After you've built a rapport.
Build a rapport a little bit. Not just, hey, you want to let me put it in you right away? Like, that's just wrong.
Right, and that's why a lot of profiles that I've noticed on Plenty of Fish, at least. I'll start with, I'm not here just for sex. I'm looking to build something.
Yes.
So when they put that in there as their headline, you know that they've been propositioned quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
And they're tired of it. And they just want to make a connection with somebody.
That's right.
And that's what you're there for.
That's what I'm there for.
You want to make a connection. You don't want to just have sexy time.
Exactly. Sexy time is great.
Oh, yes,
it's
it is.
It's fantastic. One of my favorite pastimes. But
agreed.
Let's build a rapport first.
Let's get to know each other.
Let's get to know each other a little bit. You know, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Why not? And I figure if you fall for my sense of humor and my charm and my personality, I'm not rich in money, but I'm rich in personality.
As we've discussed previously.
You can never go wrong with a good little icebreaker. It's humorous. Maybe there's a little flirtatious vibe in there.
Hey, Robin.
Hey.
How much does an elephant weigh?
Is it the same as a polar bear? Enough to break the ice?
Just enough to break the ice. Hi, I'm Sean. Nice to meet you.
I'm Robin. Nice to meet you too.
Hey, you know what else is nice?
What's that?
Podcasts.
Podcasts are very nice.
We should listen to a promo for another podcast here on the ESO Network.
Yes, we should.
Howdy! This year, the Earth Station 1 podcast will experience its favorite Geek Out moment with episode number 500.
That's over 9 years of nerdy pop culture reviews, interviews, and con reports.
Join the celebration with Mike and Mike each week on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite media player.
We can also be found all over social media or at esonetwork.com. Peace.
And we're done.
Okay, that was awesome. And now back to our regular scheduled program.
That's right.
When it comes to talking to people on these dating apps, I did it back in 2015. I set up a profile because my marriage had broken up and I was
lonely.
Yeah.
And I needed somebody, or I thought I needed somebody.
You thought you needed
somebody. I thought I needed somebody, but I don't, because I can do it all myself. I'm spiritually bountiful within and all that good crap and whatever. Exactly. I don't need anybody.
I don't need anybody either.
But I was looking.
Yeah.
And I set up a whole profile.
Yeah.
And I thought I did a pretty good job. And it got enough responses.
I've done very lengthy profiles with lots of information.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of know what you're getting.
Right.
But at the same time, people don't read it.
No.
And vice versa. Now, I try to read
the whole thing and figure out, am I going to want to talk to you? Right.
But when you have your profile that says, we'll fill this out later.
Or questions, just ask.
Yeah.
But it doesn't say anything about who they are as a person.
Exactly. And what type of questions would you like me to ask?
You haven't given me any opening.
Yeah, you've given me no information here to work with. So, I try, but, a lot of the times when I see a profile like that, I'll just respond with, that was quite a lot of information to read. I'm impressed by all this information that you've given me.
Like
10 out of 10.
Like if there's nothing?
If there's nothing.
Okay.
10 out of 10 would read again.
Nice.
Because, there's just so much. And just trying to get a little nibble, just trying to get a little hook in there.
A little bit of humor.
Yeah, a little bit of humor just to say, hey, listen.
And what happens?
And either I will go with no response.
Mm-hmm.
There's no response, which you can't really call ghosting at all, because if you've made the initial contact, but you get nothing, that's just nothing.
Just lack of response.
Just lack of response.
Okay, so say you've been talking to somebody for a few days now.
Okay.
You've had an experience like this recently?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay, what happened?
A couple of them. Yeah.
Well, give me an example for one, so our listeners have a good idea of what this ghosting entails.
Okay, so let's say, for example, you start chatting with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, good enough. You figure out a couple things about the person. You see their picture. You send your picture. They continue talking to you after they see you, so you know that you're not an ugly troll, which is nice. That's good for the ego.
It helps.
Whatever. So you're like, okay. So you get past that initial physical stage, which is good, and then you start talking.
And sometimes you take it from the app itself and go on Messenger or with an actual phone number.
With a phone number.
So it's gotten to another stage.
It gets to the next stage where you're now conversing regularly and quite a bit.
Yes.
And then you meet up for a coffee, or you go out and meet in public somewhere, generally.
Somewhere safe.
Somewhere safe. You get to meet the person in person, which is nice.
It helps.
It helps. And then you go from there. And it has happened quite a few times now. You know, meet up with somebody, have a little conversation. They try, you try to figure each other out a little bit, and then, but see, there's also a thing where people don't communicate about what they want.
What?
And about what they're looking for.
Oh.
So
what do they do instead?
They just blah 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 blah, and they let you know their situation currently.
Okay.
But they don't really. It's hard to say. But what they'll do is they'll continually message you and want to do stuff or hang out or go do this, whatever. But then, out of the blue, out of nowhere, they just stop responding.
Just like that.
Just like that. They make up some sort of maybe excuse, or maybe it's a legitimate reason, but it doesn't feel like it's legit, and they just, kind of...
Okay. So if they've given you a reason, is that still ghosting?
It depends on the reason, I think.
Oh.
Because if you are smarter than the average bear, and you can pick up on hints and that whole energy type of thing, you can kind of gauge it where they're BSing you and they're not interested. Now, I think what it is a lot of these women, they're just looking for the quick fix, for the quick, hey, how are you? But they don't say that. They
What do they portray?
They portray, I don't know.
They want more?
They want more, maybe?
And a lot of them, do you think they just want a wham bam thank you?
I think so. I think that's the age we're living in.
But they don't want to say it.
They don't want to say it.
So because you're laying the foundation of getting to know somebody and you're not turning on the sexual charm,
right?
They lose interest because they just want to get what they want to get.
That they just want to get what they want to get.
But
they're not going to. But they're not going to say it.
Ah.
So I think it's a mixture of that.
Okay.
And if they know that you're not just coming in to, land the plane and then take off on your next flight, well, then they just go, well, okay. Poof.
Huh, just like that.
Just like that. Now, I don't know. It's not everyone, I'm sure, and I'm kind of generalizing a little bit, but, and I could be completely out of the ballpark, so this is where we would need some feedback.
Yes, soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. Let us know if you've ghosted or been ghosted.
Yeah.
Or what it is, especially ladies. What do you want? Are you being coy about your sexual needs and you're saying you want more?
What are you looking for?
What do you want?
Let's try that.
What do women want?
What do women want? Just right off the hop, you should probably throw those
pretenses?
Yeah. Yeah, throw the pretenses down.
Be honest.
Be honest.
If you're just looking to get laid, let us know.
Exactly.
If you want a long-term relationship, let us know.
Exactly.
Don't play games.
Don't play the games.
Just be...
I'm cool with whatever you want to do. If you want to just get laid, let me know, and I can...
Render your services?
Render my services.
Oh, you're very giving.
I'm very giving. And if you're looking for a relationship, then hey, I'm open for that too, but at least let's establish...
Honesty at the beginning.
At the beginning.
We know what we're in for.
So we know what we're in for, and it doesn't wind up in a spooky ghost situation. It's funny, because I've been kind of calling my life, or my love life, paranormal activity as of late.
Is that right?
Yes.
How so?
Well, all these spirits and all these ghosts.
Oh boy.
It's spooky.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I can recall one instance in particular where I kind of ghosted somebody, maybe.
And I mean, I'm not Mr. Perfect.
No.
I've done some ghosting in the past. If you get to know somebody and then they're just not gelling with you or whatever, and you're just not interested, then you just kind of.
Well, that's not exactly what happened with me.
Okay, give us the story.
Okay, well, this was back in 2015 after I'd moved into my own house after my life had fallen apart. And there was a girl on a mail route, and we had built up a rapport of communication, and I would see her quite often, and we would chat and whatever. So then I got on the Plenty of Fish and saw her on there, and we started chatting on there a little bit, just back and forth, and went in for coffee with her a couple times. It was nice, but I knew that I was not emotionally ready for anything serious. And I thought, you know what, this is a very nice girl, and there could be some potential here.
Yeah.
But I'm totally not ready. I'm a wreck.
Yeah.
So I went to the movie with my boy, and she said, "Oh, what are you doing tonight?" I'm like, "Oh, taking Bud to the movie and whatever." And she said, "Okay, well, let me know how it goes and what you thought of it." And then I never did.
Ah.
So I was going to,
Right.
and I was just like, you know what? It's too much.
You were probably too overwhelmed.
I was overwhelmed.
Yes.
Yeah, it was only a short time since I'd moved on my own, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I can't. I like shut down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it happens.
Mhm.
It happens, and we can't fault you for that.
no, there's a lot of personal stuff people are dealing with. You just never know.
Exactly. So, and maybe that has a lot to do with women and the ghosting.
It could be because
They're overwhelmed. They have a lot. I'm
Mhm.
sure that I'm not the only one that they're talking to.
definitely not.
Definitely not. And so they obviously got to weigh their options,
Mhm.
or they're just they got a lot going on, and they just throw you on the back burner.
And some people just fall to the side, like you said.
Yeah.
And they continue talking to whoever else,
Mhm.
or they're just like, you know what?
Or they're on a break with their ex,
Mm.
you know, and or their significant other might be out of town working for a few weeks, so they've got to get their.
Are you saying there's a little bit of indiscretion?
I'm saying there's probably a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
According to the surveys and stuff,
According to the surveys, the survey says
there's a lot of bad stuff going on.
a lot of bad stuff going on. So maybe we have actually figured out the pattern here.
Hmm.
But once again, honesty is key here. And if you're not honest, then up front,
People can't be honest.
They can't
It's
be.
very difficult for a lot of people.
it really is.
I've had issues with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It's a little troubling.
It is, and it's not something to feel good about.
No.
But I try.
Yeah.
It's
and,
just-
and as long as you're
I
trying to make the effort, I guess.
My problem is I don't want to hurt anybody's feeling.
Right?
So
Yeah, I don't like confrontation.
Oh, it's worse.
I
It's
hate
the
it.
worst.
I
That's
don't
awful.
I don't want to deal with.
The emotional trauma.
Exactly. I've got enough of that.
Of
As
your
it
own.
is. Of my own, yeah.
You know what? We had the same upbringing.
Yeah, we did.
So I know your issues.
Yes.
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 So definitely.
It's amazing that you would be able to know that, right? Like, wow.
surprise.
Oh, surprise.
Hey, this is Dr. Trek, Larry Nemechek, and you're listening to Soul Forge with Sean Vanderloo.
So yeah. So I pulled up a meme here
Oh.
about
Okay.
different types of ghosting, which I thought our listeners might be amused by. So ghosting. When a person cuts you off completely with no explanation, which is what we're talking about.
Yep.
Then there's another one called Caspering. It's a friendly ghost when both parties know it's not going to work out, so they mutually ignore each other.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so double ghost.
Double ghost.
And then a haunted house, when two or more people who ghosted you are at the same function. Has that ever happened?
You know, I'm trying to think. And I do spend a lot of my nights working in bars, so it's bound to happen.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time, I'm pretty good at just pretending people don't exist. So if you want to be a ghost, then I will act like you are a ghost and I don't see you. So I don't have to deal with you.
So it kind of insulates you emotionally.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the walls go up further.
Yeah.
And I guard myself a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the next girl comes along and wonders why she can't break down the walls and I won't let her in emotionally, well, you can blame the friggin' graveyard for that.
No. So overall,
Overall,
what do we think about this whole thing? Ghosting is not nice.
it's not nice. It sucks. It's a pain in the ass.
Sometimes it's the easiest way out,
Sometimes it is the easiest way out.
and a lot of people are cowards,
Yes.
so they do it that way.
Yeah. And we live in the world of social media where we can just block you
Yeah.
so you can't respond and we don't have to deal with you. But remember, life isn't on the internet. Life is out there,
Out
on
there.
the outside,
Really?
where you actually have to socialize and see people in person.
That sounds horrible.
It really does.
It can be.
Yeah. So whether you're plugging back into the Matrix or you're unplugging yourself from the Matrix, you're going to have to deal with these spooky situations.
Indeed. So ghosting is bad.
Ghosting is bad.
Try to be honest.
I think we've all learned something a little today on this
A
episode.
little bit of a life lesson.
A little bit of a life lesson. I mean, I know no one's going to follow it, and we'll probably continue going down our path of
Whatever.
whatever it is. But it was nice to get that out there.
Yes.
And online dating, it sucks
It
for the
does.
most part.
Uh-huh.
It's really tough to meet somebody in person nowadays.
That's true. That's why it's easier to online date.
It's a lot easier for online dating because you never know. Like, I don't even know how to approach somebody in person to strike up a conversation like that. It's so...
In IRL, in real life.
Yes,
yeah.
IRL. Like, I will see many beautiful, gorgeous women out and about.
There are quite a few around.
Yes, but like...
How do you go say hi?
Yeah. How do you just throw yourself out there like that without...
Excuse me. Do you know how much an elephant weighs? You can try that.
But like, you work, I work, we all work, everyone works, I work late, long hours.
You do. You work crazy hours.
I work crazy hours, so it is tough to meet somebody in person anyways.
True.
And by the end of that, I'm tired. I just want to go home.
Yep.
I wanna smoke my
cigarettes.
My cigarettes, my magic smoke,
Mm-hmm.
and
your fancy cigarettes.
My fancy cigarettes. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then just unwind and relax and go to bed.
Play some video games.
Play some video games. Watch a little wrestling or a movie or a TV show.
So there's not a lot of time.
There's not a lot of time
for meeting people in real life.
No.
So hence online dating is easy because your phone is always there.
That's right.
And you can just chat whenever.
And I think that's the problem that we have in society today.
It's too easy?
It's too easy.
It is.
But...
how are we going to fix that?
How are we going to fix that? I don't know.
Go back to 1995, get rid of all technology?
That would be a start.
I don't think we can do that.
No, but you know what we can do?
Tell me.
And I think this would be a fantastic idea.
I'm listening.
Is we go and find a place, a house. We make it almost like a museum.
Ooh.
But of the mid-90s.
Oh. You know, the 90s are still alive in Portland.
Are they?
Yes.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
It is.
But not here.
Not here, no.
So we should make one here. See, I always thought how cool it would be. You remember our old apartment in Terry Fox.
26 Terry Fox Place, apartment 203.
That's right.
1987 to 1994.
Yes.
1987 to 1994.
That's correct. And I've always wanted to go back and rent that same apartment.
The very same one.
The very same one.
With the silverfish and everything.
The silverfish and everything.
Okay.
Those little gross bastards.
Yeah.
But I would like to recreate our apartment from that time with the Chesterfields and the old TVs and the wall units and the paint job and like
all the cat pictures, Mom.
All the cat pictures. And the technology would be the same, so you still got your old washer and dryer.
Oh, and the remote control for the TV with the long cord and the selector button and the click, click, click.
Yes, yes. And if you have a computer, it would be nothing but like a 94...
We had no computer.
No, not there, but, you know, it would be desktop, it would be dial-up, the phone would be on the wall... The whole kit and caboodle. There would be no Wi-Fi. There would be no cable like you get today. No DVR. It's all VCR and VHS. You know, the old CD player, that type of thing. I would love to recreate, not even our old apartment, but a house that existed in like 1995. That's it.
And then what?
Just have it.
Would you live there all the time?
No.
Oh.
I probably wouldn't be able to.
Because you need your Wi-Fi.
I need my Wi-Fi. But I think it would be cool to have that. And then, you know, maybe have like an admission or something. Have like people come over and check it out. Have, especially people born 2000 and up.
Oh, geez, yeah.
They would have no idea what to do.
They would have no clue.
They'd have no friggin' clue.
How do you work?
But there'd be a lot less ghosts there.
Why is this weird box flashing 12, 12, 12?
Yeah. Remember the old VCR rewinder things? They're shaped like cars? And...
yeah, I had several.
Yeah. I think it would be...
it'd be neat.
It would be neato.
It'd be a nostalgia trip.
Exactly.
Okay. I think you might be onto something.
Maybe. If I win the mills in the upcoming lottery, then I can...
endeavor to partake in your dreams.
Exactly.
All right.
Yes.
Very good. Well, I think we learned a lot, Robin.
I think so.
Okay. So what we're looking for is any listener out there who has either ghosted or been a ghost. Mm-hmm. But that's the same thing?
The same thing. Have you been the ghost or the ghostie?
Yeah. Have you been ghosted or have you been a ghoster? Yeah. Let us know what your reasons are. Is it because you're just too busy? Is it because you're not good at communication? Is it because you're a big fat liar?
Is it because I'm short?
It could be.
Like, I know I'm short. And I know women are all about the height. But I can change a lot of things. I can change my appearance. I can change...
who you are
who I am.
Suit them.
Suit you, yeah, and all that. The one thing I can't do is change my friggin' height, okay?
I don't think you should change who you are.
I'm not going to.
I think that
I'm just using it as an example.
Do we need an intervention?
No.
I think this might be another episode. But anyways, we just want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Give us your opinion.
Give us your opinions.
soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. You can write an email that we'll read on the air, or you could record something on your phone on your voice notes and send it to us and we'll play it.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
We just want some straight up honesty here.
We just want to hear from you.
And we want to hear from you. Unlike the ghosts that we don't get to hear from.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're just left wondering what happened.
Yeah, what happened?
Did they die?
Yeah, did you die?
Are you in a coma?
Coma's a rock.
Did you find the man of your dreams?
Maybe.
It's possible.
It's possible. There are so many possibilities as to why you ghost.
Let us know.
Let us know. Yeah.
And until next time, thanks for coming by and listening to this episode. Maybe share the links and rate the podcast on your podcast catcher of your choice. Hope you have a great Halloween tonight. Do some cool trick-or-treating. Show us your costumes. Put it on the SoulForge Facebook page.
That's right. Let's see all the costumes. And if you dressed up as a ghost this Halloween,
we want to see it.
We want to see it, and we'll feature you on the SoulForge Facebook page.
And the Twitter account, which is @SoulForgePod. But until next time, thanks again for listening. And remember, you're not ghosting someone if they're not trying to contact you either. This has been another episode of the SoulForge Podcast. Find us on Twitter @SoulForgePod or email the show via soulforgepodcast@gmail.com. SoulForge is a production of Sean Vanderloo and Friends. You can find Sean on Twitter and Instagram @DarthVaderloo. Remember to visit soulforgepodcast.com for all of our social media links and share the show with everyone you know. Thanks for stopping by the Forge. We'll keep the fires lit until your next visit.
Good boy. All right.
Melanie.
Oh, hey, Jason.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. I didn't know you were back in LA.
Yeah. Had a pretty amazing trip. I mean, it was unreal.
Really? I can't wait to hear about it.
No, I have, like, a lot to tell you.
What is it?
Come on. Do you remember the 90s?
Yeah.
You know, people were talking about getting piercings and getting tribal tattoos.
Yeah.
And people were singing about saving the planet and forming bands.
Yeah.
There's a place where that idea still exists as a reality, and I've been there.
Where is it?
Portland.
Oregon?
Yeah.
Dream of the 90s is alive. Portland, Portland, Portland. The dream of the 90s is alive. Portland, Portland. Tattoo ink never runs dry.
Remember when people were content to be unambitious, sleep till 11, and just hang out with their friends? I mean, they had no occupations whatsoever, maybe working a couple hours a week at a coffee shop.
Right. I thought that died out a long time ago.
Not in Portland. Portland is a city where young people go to retire.
Dream of the 90s is alive. Portland. All the hot girls wear glasses.
Yeah.
Remember in the 90s when they encouraged you to be weird? It was just an amazing time where people would go to see something like the Jim Rose Sideshow Circus and watch someone hang something from their penis. You could grow up to want to be a clown. Like, people went to clown school.
I gave up clowning years ago.
Well, in Portland, you don't have to.
Dream of the 90s is alive. Portland.
Sleep till 11.
You'll be in heaven. The dream of the 90s is alive in Portland. The dream is alive.
So from what I can surmise from what you're positing, it's like Portland's almost an alternative universe. It's like Gore won. The Bush administration never happened.
Exactly.
In Portland, it's almost like cars don't exist, right?
Yes.
They ride bikes or double-decker bikes. They ride unicycles. Yes. They ride the tram. They ride skateboards.
Yes.
Dream of the 90s is alive in Portland. My flannel shirt still looks white. The dream of the 90s is alive in Portland, Portland. The dream of the 90s is alive in Portland, Portland.
Portland, you can go to like a record store and sell your CDs.
Turn that dirty clown frown right upside down.
In Portland, you can put a bird on something and just call it art.
The dream of the 90s is alive in Portland, Portland. The dream of the 90s.
Hey, I made it.
Yeah, you're a little late.
Sorry.
You're also a little San Francisco right now, if you know what I mean. Sorry. Much better. Welcome to Portland.
Thank you.
The dream of the 90s is alive in Portland, 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 Portland.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.